Welcome back to
Couple Movie Watchers.
Say it again.
Couple Movie Watchers.
Perfect, because you sound a little hesitant. People need to know you are watching Couple Movie Watchers, where we review movies, trailers, anything on TV. In today's video, we're going to break down Stranger Things 2. Is it worth your time? Should you watch it, or should you end at season 1? You don't want to miss today's video, so stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. We just watched Stranger Things 2. Now, Anna said season 2 sucks. So before we get into my thoughts about it, but she said I had to watch it because it was horrible, but I had to watch it to get to season 3, which she enjoyed. So why didn't you like season 2 of Stranger Things? Because you love season 1.
I just thought that season 2 has certain things that are happening in the show that I feel like, what was the point in that? But it has some good fighting scenes and everything, but it was just certain things that I didn't like about it. And also I didn't like one character that was very abusive. So those were my reasons that I didn't like it.
And the character she's referring to is, there's a new character that comes up, is Max, her older brother. So that's the character that she's referring to in this series. Now, my personal take when it comes down to Stranger Things 2, I think because I was told it sucked, that I probably wasn't going to like it. So I went in there with lower expectations, and I actually enjoyed season 2. Not so much as season 1, but I thought they had a lot of good elements in season 2 that made it worth watching. I think they showed more of the underworld or the upside down world compared to season 1. That's one thing I enjoyed a lot. Overall, I think this time the doctor wasn't so evil. He was kind of like on her side. I thought, so there was some good action sequences, and I feel like everybody at this time, they were all on the same page. If you watch season 1, everybody's kind of scattered and everybody has a piece of the puzzle. Mm-hmm. In this season, everybody's working in sync to a certain degree to get things solved. Now, I do agree with Anna that there was some throwaway stuff in this season. Kind of like when you watch an anime, like, what was the whole point? So, for example, we have this opening scene with this new character who has this powers just like 11, but you don't see her until like mid-season. And then when she soldiers up, it's just kind of like, well, what's the point of her even being here? Like,
that's how I feel. Like, what was the point of them? Like, they didn't even help them out. Like, 11 did all the kick ass. So it's like, what's the point of these characters?
Yeah, so we're introduced to another character similar to 11. It's like they literally just inserted her in this story because if you watch season 1, there's no reference to this character at all. In season 2, somehow she's in the memories now. It's like, okay, let's just insert a new character. It's like, wait, where does this character come from? Like, you were like the only person in this lab. Now you're going to have additional memories of a person that you don't remember in this lab as well, which was kind of weird. But I think what happened with season 2, they didn't have a lot of story to go on, so they needed to add some filler. And that was a filler story to kind of say, okay, we don't know where to go right here. We have 3 to 4 solid episodes, but that's not enough. We need, 8 to 10 episodes this season? So we need to fill it up with just some extra nonsense. And that's the one thing I would say about when it comes to Netflix. Some of their shows, it's like they start off really good, and then the second or third season kind of sucks. Or, I don't want to say suck, because I don't think this season of Stranger Things 2 was bad. I think it was still good, but they add a lot of filler stuff in it. It's kind of like you're watching an anime where you're seeing Goku that's trained for the 11th time. He's like, get to the fight already. It wasn't that bad, but there was scenes in Stranger Things 2 where it's like, oh, what was the point of this? You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah,
it's like it was just kind of pointless at certain points, but I thought the action was better in this one. I like the involvement of the U.S. government and the military a little bit more.
Yeah, like there was a little bit more action on this one, fighting wise, and but like I said, there was like certain things that I was like, okay, what is the point of this? But other than that, it was pretty good. Like, it's decent.
Yeah, and it's all about even Winona Ryder character Joyce Byers. I think she kind of stepped up. She didn't seem as crackhead like in season 1. Literally, she was cracking and tweaking in season 1.
She was stressed out because she lost her boy. Like, what would you do? Like, you'd just like be calm or whatever. Like, nothing happened.
I would be a little different, but she was definitely tweaking. She was having the shakes. You know, if you guys watch season 1, season 2, she's a little bit more calm, a little more confident in her actions. They give her what's his name? Fredo? What's the guy name?
How do I say it? Like she didn't know where her son was, so that's why she was freaking out, anxiety, stress, and everything. But now that she has her son, now she's like, okay, I know he's here. How do I help him? That's what happened, you know.
Yeah, and she's definitely overprotective in season 2, but I think she does a good job, and she gets a boyfriend. So I think why she's not as stressed in season 1 is she's actually getting a D. I think she needed that vitamin D.
Stop.
And it helped out with her stress levels. Because season 1, she was a single mother, lost her child. Everything was just upside down. Now she got her kids back. She's getting vitamin D. Life is good. You know what I mean? Life is good for her. You know what I mean? She was the classic high school, you know, bad chick that everybody wanted. And she ends up with the nerd guy that, you know, couldn't get her.
Joyce ends up being with Sean Astin, which is the guy that comes out in Lord of the Rings, Sam. And I didn't even know he was gonna come out in it, but I was like surprised, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. He's gonna come out in this."
Yeah, he was a good character. His name is Bob. You know what I mean? He was slanging the D to Joyce. I was like, oh, at first I thought he was gonna be a little pervert. He's like, yeah, I was a nerd in high school. I always liked you, girl. I just wasn't on your level. And now since you got the 2 kids, you was cracking and tweaking.
Stop with that.
Now we can finally get together. I love you, girl. So that's basically what happened. But Bob, a good character. He gave some of the worst advice of the season. He told Will, those dreams, don't listen to them dreams, boy. You need to stand up and fight. Then basically almost got Will killed. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a good season, some good moments. One thing I would say, this is a little bit of a spoiler towards the end, but not really has to do with the story overall. I thought the winter formal was kind of like, was it winter formal or whatever, when you have those school dance in middle school? I was like, damn, you know what I mean? They giving these kids like love interests at like, what are they, 10, 12? You know what I mean? It's like they about to get these kids like a room and stuff. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? This is like low-key pedophile stuff on this show.
What? I thought it was romantic because, I mean, 11 and Mike have always liked each other, but this time he had like asked her for the formal thing, and it actually happened, and they were having a good time.
And by the way, Mike and 11 were total jerks in this season. There were really some jerks in this season, like 11.
They're just frustrated that they couldn't be together. That's why. But they were really rude to everybody. They just only cared about themselves, and that's something that I don't really like. But, you know, it's just frustration.
That sexual tension. I'm like, man, these are like kids, man. Why these kids got like sexual frustration at 12? You know what I mean? But it was good. But I'm like, man, they was hating on Lucas. They was hating on Max.
They were spending a lot of time in the first season, and then for them to be separated for longer than 2 days, I feel like that's why they were really frustrated and like stressed out that they couldn't be together.
Well, according to you watched season 1, she dead. So don't hate on 11. But yeah, I thought overall good season. I think the kids this time were a little dumber. They didn't really solve things as much as they did in season 1. But even though they at the end they kind of turned it around and got on the right track. But overall, I think some of the other side characters kind of stepped up. Like I'm surprised the boyfriend of Mike's sister actually did a better job this time around. What was that guy name? I guess I can't even think of his name, but I think he did a better job as his character. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a good season, worth watching. If you haven't
Jonathan,
seen,
or which one are you talking about?
See, she was pimping. She had 2 boyfriends in this season. You know what I mean? Like she's like, which boyfriend are you talking about? See how they did? You know, she getting vitamin D from 2 places. But yeah, I thought it was. I was talking about the popular boyfriend.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're making it seem like he was a jerk in season 1. Oh, he just wanted the panties. Man, the guy loved her, man. He loved her. And look how she did him. She got vitamin D from another source. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was Steve. Like, Steve, at first he looked like he was a popular asshole, but then he fell in love with her and then he changed because of her. But then I guess he wasn't the right one for her.
Rule number 1, never change for a woman. That's one thing season 2 taught me. You change, if you're king of the world and your girl try to change you up, don't change. Because otherwise, she gonna be getting vitamin D from some random dude. And you're like, what? This is some BS. But overall, binge worthy. I like it. She might not have liked it, but I think if you're trying to get to season 3, I guess you have to watch it. It does wrap up a couple of things that you might have answers, questions to.
From season 1.
From season 1, so it actually wraps up basically the whole story with a bit of a cliffhanger. If you do want to see season 3, I think it was good. I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. Season 1 is slightly better. Season 2 is still good as well. We'll see how about season 3.
Yes.
Any final words?
Watch the seasons because season 4 is coming up, so I'm excited. This is why we're doing this, because I want him to be with me the same level.
Yeah, so I've been forced to watch it, but overall, if you're forced to watch it or you want to watch it by yourself or with a partner, go ahead. You're not gonna. It's still a good show. So that's it. So we're out. Peace.
Check it out. Let us know what you think, and
yeah, and don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and let us know your thoughts about Stranger Things as a whole. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Comments and thoughts appreciated. Peace.